Hey horror fans, thanks for joining me for this review of Killer Concept. Alright, cast and crew information down below. And let's see what this IMDb plot says to start. Three creatives team up to write a screenplay chronicling a string of murders in their town. But one of the three may be closer to the story than the others realize. Alright, interesting stuff here. Caught this one, I believe, on Amazon. Yeah, Amazon for sure, I think. And this is kind of brought to us by some of the same cast and crew that brought us Driven last year. I think it was last year. We did a podcast on, and I think I reviewed that movie as well. Kind of a rideshare kind of movie that had one of the guys from Supernatural, not the two main guys, but somebody from there. I forgot his name off the top of my head, and kind of had a supernatural twist to it, and so forth with ride sharing, and it was a good combination of horror and comedy, and I think that is what they bring here. On IMDb here, it's listed just as a thriller. But I don't see it just as a thriller. I see it in a very similar way to the other movie. It does have a thriller element to it, definitely. But I do also see a horror comedy in it. It's not big on blood. If you're looking for a lot of blood and guts here, that's not really the case. But obviously, they're talking about murder and a serial killer here, so that obviously ties closely to horror. And then the way things are presented here does have a comedy aspect to it. So, kind of diving into it, the title is Killer Concept, and I guess to see if this really is a killer concept, and you're gonna end up with three people here, and I don't know if some of you out there have ever maybe teamed up with other people to write a movie or put a movie together, or maybe even a book if you've done a book, with multiple people, and you kind of have to put your minds together and kind of go through things and what you want to do, and so if you have that might bring you into the story a little bit closer. But here you have three characters, Mark, Seth, and Holly, who they want to make a horror movie, and they're writing up script and tossing ideas back and forth, and they're basing it off, I guess, a murder or a string of murders that have happened, I guess, in their area. So they don't want it to be, I guess, a documentary almost, where it's like the same thing. But they kind of want to use that, I guess, as their starting place, and then kind of give it bring their own ideas to that story. So, you get a kind of funny opening here where you kind of see a killer kind of going through it, and then it kind of stops, and it's them kind of, saying, what they would do, and then kind of questioning, well, why does the girl have to be naked at this point? And why does this have to happen? And I think if you're a horror fan, you can kind of appreciate some of the humor here and some of the kind of questions that they ask. They'll do that, I think, a couple of times as this goes along, where they have different readings and they'll discuss ideas. And I think as a horror fan, and as you're watching this, you can kind of appreciate that, because sometimes when you watch a horror movie, you kind of question, why they did this there, or, hey, we've seen that 100 times, why do we have to see that again? So as this group is kind of putting this together, you're seeing them kind of pose the same questions, like one of them will come up with an idea, they'll be like, no, we've seen that 100 times, or maybe how can we kind of make that different this time around. So that kind of angle is fun. It's kind of fun to see them kind of toy with that. It's fun to maybe see them kind of poke fun at a little bit of horror here. Some of the other, obviously, the horror that's out there. in doing that. So that's a little fun aspect that brings a little bit of the comedy in here in the story. And then you're gonna have three characters here. You're gonna see kind of Holly is she's not afraid to take kind of lead or charge of the group here. She's very strong-willed, and she's taking this pretty seriously, and kind of knows the direction that she's going for here. She's not afraid to correct either of the two guys here. Seth is one of the other writers here, and he's trying to put together the ideas. He's convinced that certain things should happen. He's at one point he takes some of his time, and he's gonna do some research on the killer, and maybe that'll help him spark some ideas to bring to the table here. And then you have Mark, who gets to see maybe a little bit more of him by himself, and you see that maybe he's doing some other stuff that he shouldn't be doing in order to get ideas for the story. And maybe he's being a little bit too real. And so you have the three of them, and they're kind of trying to piece this together. And you also see that there comes a moment, and it's a crazy scene, but a scene where like I said, Holly kind of wants to take charge, and she does kind of take charge. And I won't try to, like I said, this is a new movie, so I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. I won't go into great detail about what she does, but she does take charge of the moment, and kind of in doing so in a weird way, really gets Mark's attention. Like, you kind of get that grasp that they've worked together, and they are friends, but maybe because of this one moment, something sparked in Mark that or looking at Holly do this, that maybe made him have some other ideas about her and other feelings about her that come into play here as we go down the road here. So you're going to get kind of that group and a working there, and I think when they're in a group and when they're working on their script and so forth, is when you're gonna get the comedy. When you see some of the characters alone, and maybe, like I said, what they're doing alone, you're gonna get the horror, and you're gonna get a little bit tipped off to maybe what's gonna come down the road. I don't want to talk too much about the end of the movie because that's where a lot of spoilers come in. I think you'll kind of see a little bit of where this is going. As a whole, I think it was a very interesting story. I liked the way they put this together. I liked that they weren't afraid to kind of take some shots at horror along the way, and then kind of almost go behind the scenes, taking it from a screenwriting kind of point of view, kind of mixed with actual horror that's going on. So I guess it really is a killer concept. While the movie is called Killer Concept, they come up with a killer concept here for the movie. So yeah, I think when we get to the end is when you're gonna really see more of the horror element here. The murder mystery is gonna kind of unravel. I think is it a huge twist? No, I think you're gonna see some elements of what's gonna happen. They're gonna maybe throw a few surprises at you, but I think it kind of fits well with the tone and so forth of where this is going to go. This is not. It's not going to leave you with a Saw, the original Saw kind of ending, a huge shocker here. But it's kind of give you that mix of twists and turns with still the entertainment that you're going to get as you watch this entire movie go on. I think the three characters are really great. The acting is good, like I said. If you saw Driven from last year, you'll see you kind of pick up on some of this and what to expect, especially from Casey Dillard. She played the lead in Driven, and she was very funny in that one. She's very funny here too, but again, she also has to be kind of strong as well, and she does that well here. So I think if you kind of enjoyed that, you probably enjoyed this. It's a good mix of horror and comedy, and yeah, here thriller as well. It is I guess a thriller as well, because it is kind of a mystery, murder mystery at the end of the day, because there is a real case that they're kind of basing their script on, and they are doing some research, and they may uncover a few things as they go down the road here. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 3 pools of blood out of 5 on this one. I enjoyed it. I kind of expected, I hope to enjoy it, because like I said, I liked their previous movie. I like this one as well, and hopefully they'll do some more stuff together. So yeah, three pools of blood out of 5. Fun movie. Again, that's on Amazon, and it's a new movie. So if you're looking for something new to watch, certainly give it a try. And with that, horrorscorereviews.blogspot.com for more reviews. The video reviews are there as well, but if you're looking for some written ones, you can find them there, especially with a lot of the new stuff. A lot of written reviews I get are of the screeners, but sometimes I feel like I have to write a review instead of these video reviews. Obviously, if you're interested just in the video reviews, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to comment down below on the video on if you saw the movie, what your thoughts are on it. If you want to reach out to me and talk about another movie, or if you have something you want me to review, you can reach out to me there as well. Also, Twitter, Facebook information is there as well. Always willing to talk horror. If you need to reach out to me there as well for a review of something, please feel free to do so, and I will try to get to it if I can. And with that, I guess I'm on to the next review, horror fans.